Hi guys, welcome back. Today, I'll be doing the Ratched Season 1 recap. If you go to enjoy, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that jazz. And let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. I love Ratched. Great show. Let's do this. Before we get into the recap for the whole show, or at least for the individual episodes, this is what pretty much the show is about. A young nurse at a mental institution becomes jaded and bitter before turning into a full-fledged monster to her patients. That's pretty much it, but there's a lot more to delve into, and that's what we're doing right now. Season 1, Episode 1, pilot, aired September 18th, 2020. All these episodes aired that date. So, September 18th, 2020, all of these episodes aired. Season 1, Episode 1, pilot. Nurse Mildred Ratched seeks employment at Lucia State Hospital as it prepares to admit notorious killer Edmund Tullison as a new psychiatric patient, because Tullison is her brother. That's why she's trying to work there to make him escape and not get the death penalty. And he killed a lot of priests, so that's why he's a psychiatric patient. Season 1, Episode 2, Ice Pick. Dr. Hanover demonstrates a cutting-edge procedure. Nurse Ratched visit. Season 1, Episode 2, Ice Pick. Dr. Hanover demonstrates a cutting-edge procedure, and Nurse Ratched visits a survivor of Edmund's massacre and goes on an outing with Gwendolyn to Monterey. So yeah, Dr. Hanover is demonstrating a cutting-edge procedure. It's a pretty cool procedure, but it's crazy. It would not be done nowadays. Nurse Ratched is visiting a survivor of Edmund's massacre. Pretty cool. And now she's going on an outing with Gwendolyn to Monterey. Is she a lesbian? Is she straight? Is she bi? Is she... So many things. We don't know. It's confusing, but we find out eventually. Season 1, Episode 3. Angel of Mercy, Part 1. After a woman from his past puts a piece on his head, Dr. Hanover reveals a dark secret to Nurse Ratched, and Nurse Bucket administers a barbarous treatment. This barbarous treatment is to treat gayness or lesbianism, because apparently it's not a good thing, which a lot of people still think to this day, but it was much worse back then. I think this was set in the early 50s, maybe late 40s, I'm not exactly sure. 50s, 60s, I believe. Yeah, around 40, 50, 60, I believe, if I'm right. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Nurse Bucket is administering a barbarous treatment. That is putting someone in this hot tub, except they can't get out because there's metal over them. So if they go like this, they just can't get out. But they turn the heat up to I think almost 200, maybe not almost 200, but it goes up a lot. I think it goes up to maybe 130, 160, a big number. It's crazy. And yeah, so basically after a woman from his past puts a price on his head, Dr. Hanover is revealing a dark secret to Nurse Ratched, because he did something where he ruined this kid's life. He was crazy, and then Dr. Hanover was trying to give this kid this drug thing to make him calm down and make him better. And he was like, I don't trust you, buddy. So then he made him drink it too. And while Dr. Hanover was turning his back to get it or something, or just turning his back for some reason, the kid switched them and poured a lot of bad stuff in there. Dr. Hanover went, blacked out. Then the kid went crazy and killed someone. So then he had to cut something, and he cut off the kid's arms or something. But then it was crazy. And I think he cut off the kid's legs, but then sewed them back on somehow with something else. It was crazy. I don't know. That could be right. That could be wrong. Yeah. Season 1, Episode 4, Angel of Mercy, Part 2. Season 1, Episode 4, Angel of Mercy, Part 2, Part 2. Nurse Ratched helps Edmund find an outlet for his urges and offers her services to Wainwright. And Gwendolyn leaves her husband. So Gwendolyn leaving her husband because they're both gay. Gwendolyn's a lesbian. The husband is gay. That's the thing. Gay marriage, where they don't have sex, they don't have feelings for each other. They just have a marriage, which is fine, perfectly fine. And yeah, so Nurse Ratched is helping Edmund find an outlet for his urges. By this, pretty much it means that sex is pretty much what it's going at. Now, I think in the Christian religion, there's a thing where jerking off is not allowed, I believe. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but I don't think he could. I'm not sure if he's allowed, or at least in Christianity, it's Christian to jerk off. It's ironic because he killed priests that are Christian. So then he has Dolly, some nurse, who's a bit of a you know what, have sex with him, and it gets heated. So, yeah, that's basically that. Season 1, Episode 5, The Dance. Promoted to head nurse, Ratched plans a dance at the hospital and invites Gwendolyn to join her as her companion. Lenore makes Ratched an offer. So yeah, she's promoted to head nurse now, because that's what Hanover wants, or at least that's what she's persuading him to do, because she's a monster, and Hanover's not in the good place of what he did to, that boy who was kind of crazy. So yeah, she's planning a dance at the hospital and invites Gwendolyn to join her as her companion, because she's a lesbian. Well, I just spoiled the whole thing. She's a lesbian. That's a fact. It's not revealed though. She's a for sure lesbian until the end. So yeah, basically as her companion, and then Lenore makes Ratched an offer. Woo-hoo! Oof, that was loud. My God. Okay. And yeah, so Edmund and Dolly, who are having sex, run off at the dance, shoot Gwendolyn. Oh, she almost dies. She survives, and now they're on the run. So, Season 1, Episode 6, Got No Strings. On the run, lovers find a refuge at an abandoned farmhouse. And Ratched recalls traumatic childhood memories during a marionette show. So basically, she's at this puppet show, but she remembers that her parents, that adopted her, made her and her brother do sexual activities. Pretty much, it was child porn, except it wasn't filmed. It was real upfront. Very bad, horribly illegal. I mean, what do you get, the life sentence for that? So, bad thing, and yeah, now on the run, the lovers find refuge in an abandoned farmhouse, which is Dolly and Edmund. Dolly gets killed by shotguns because she's stupid, or just by the police, because they're hiding out. The police come, there's 10 of them, and then there's the shotgun they got with them, and she's and it's stay put. And then she's screw it! And then jumped out of the farmhouse with the shotgun and kills 100 police officers and then gets shot a billion times and dies. So that's a thing. It either happens in this episode or the next. I don't know. Season 1, Episode 7, The Bucket List. Rivals put a plan into action as secrets rise to the surface. And Dr. Hanover takes a risk that pays off for Ratched. So he's taking a risk, paying off for Ratched. Rivals are putting the plan into action, and secrets are starting to rise to the surface. And ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the finale of this wonderful season. Season 1, Episode 8, Mildred and Edmund. A month later, Ratched fights to save Edmund from the electric chair while dreaming of a new life with Gwendolyn. So yeah, so basically, a month later, Ratched is fighting to save Edmund from the electric chair. Guess what? She does, but it's not a good thing. It had a cost. I'll tell you it had a cost. Because she was planning on just having him in the barn, because it's allowed, and then killing him with this syringe that wouldn't hurt. It would be a lethal injection, because she knew he was going to die out of the way, but didn't want it to be by the electric chair. So basically, yeah, that's what she's going to do. She's dreaming her life with Gwendolyn, and then she goes to, Mexico with, Nurse Bucket, Gwendolyn, and I think that's it. Yeah, and, because they're having a good time, Bucket and Ratched kind of become friends. I thought Bucket could be annoying and a bit of not a good person sometimes, but in the end, she just needed someone to hang out with. She was crying at the dance when Dr. Hanover wouldn't dance with her, and it was sad, and I felt bad, but she just needed someone to talk to, and Mildred did that. Thanks, Mildred. No one cares. Anyway, so yeah, now they're in Mexico, and then Edmund and this woman, I forgot her name, she's a black woman, and she's basically crazy at the hospital. She escaped with Edmund. They're in Mexico now. They're trying to hunt down Mildred and kill them. They killed 7 nurses somewhere else, and it's crazy. So yeah, Nurse Bucket, Gwendolyn, and Ratched are all in Mexico chilling. But then, that's crazy, because I'll tell you, Edmund and this lady, this black woman, I forgot exactly what her name is, are on the run trying to kill them. And they escape from the hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ratched Season 1 recap. If you want to enjoy, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And my God help me, we better see a Season 2 in our near future. Hope you went to enjoy the Season 1 Season 1 recap for Ratched. If you did, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, because that's the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!